Hello, this is Mark from Rosebud Records in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and I'm here to talk about the We Are Rewind Sony Walkman reissue. So it's a uh, cassette player based on the vintage Sony Walkman that so many people, the original one, the hefty one, the one that plays and records. So many people love them, and they're so sought after in the secondary market and used that they've made a reproduction. So, this is not a sponsored video. There's going to be pros and cons, but this is my experience with it. Let's just first say it looks beautiful, and that's kind of it's important in marketing. It functions, similarly to when we talk about location of knobs and buttons and things, it functions similar to an old Walkman. Although the best part is rechargeable battery with a 5-volt USB-C recharger. This is the best thing about this thing. The trauma of having low batteries when I was a 14-year-old with a Walkman haunts me to this day. When your batteries are getting low and you don't have replacements, or you gotta keep switching the batteries out, it's real. So the fact this is easily rechargeable and it holds a good long charge, thank you so much to the folks at We Are Rewind. The general build quality is good, although here's the first kind of con I'll talk about. The edges are literally sharp. The corners are like actually sharp. You could hurt yourself if this was in your hand and you fell down, and you could hurt yourself every once in a while. I'll just bump into it and go ow. And one place I like to keep it is on the dashboard of my car. There's a little spot where I can kind of rest it in there, and it moves back and forth slightly, and it scrapes the dashboard. It's a nice scraper kind of sharpness to it. So there's a con. The sound is great. Or let's see, great. Yeah, I'll call it great. There's a caveat in there, which is so this is Bluetooth as well, which is another like incredible innovation, just like the recharging. Bluetooth would simplify connecting it in your car, simplify using it with headphones. Just great. But there's some problems with the Bluetooth, and this is what I'll say. For me, in my experience, in my car, in order to Bluetooth to my car, you have to initiate the Bluetooth connection from the other thing. So you go to the other thing and choose the car's Bluetooth when you're in connecting mode, and you can't do it in the reverse. You can't go look for Bluetooth devices. It's just some Bluetoothable things either work. My car's 6 or 8 years old or something, so maybe this isn't a thing anymore. Now that things are more menu driven, I can't Bluetooth it to my car. I can make it seeable by pressing the Bluetooth button. Then I can make it, but I can't make them see each other. A little bit of a letdown. I can Bluetooth it to headphones, and that does work for some reason. I got it to work, even though headphones don't have a menu to scroll through. But I Bluetooth it to my JBL headphones, nice set of JBL headphones, and it sounded okay. And just to double check, I plugged in those same headphones to the headphone jack. Sounded great. That's the problem. The Bluetooth doesn't sound as good as the headphone jack. So in my car, I have to connect it through the aux, and I do have an aux 1/8-inch aux jack, and I have to connect it through that jack, and it works, and that's okay. The wired sound sounds noticeably better than the Bluetooth sound, and that's unfortunate because I'm going to find myself not using the Bluetooth feature. So when I use my Bluetooth enabled headphones, I'll plug it directly in because it sounds noticeably better. And with that, I'll also say that the volume control, when this is, I like to listen to music max, generally have the volume all the way up. And on Bluetooth, it's not, this is turned up. The headphones aren't quite as loud as the loudness I like when I'm really enjoying music. When I'm plugged directly in, I can get it that loud. Although when it's turned up, there's a bit of compression that comes in. A bit of, what's the word for it? What's compression is the word. Clipping, not clipping like distortion, but it hits a wall. And what I notice is by playing with the knob, I can find a tone, it becomes, and backing it off a little bit from being turned up, I find a spot that's about halfway down that sounds the best. It still isn't like loud, but could satisfy my thirst for music. And so that's unfortunate. They're a little hard for me to crank. Plug directly in, also plugged in with Bluetooth. I wish it was just I wish I didn't have it all the way up. I wish I had some headroom. So back to the positives. Tonally, it sounds good. Mechanically, it's very sound. Feels, it's hefty like the old Sonys. It feels good. The door is a little hard to open. If you're in the car and you say to the person next to you, "Hey, can you flip the cassette?" They don't want to break your thing, so they'll just be gently prying on it. And I even think that now that I've used it a little bit, it does open and close a little better. So maybe initially, it's a little it gets hung up a little bit, but after that, it's a satisfying sound when it closes. Build quality overall is good, other than that sharpness on the edges. And so overall summary: sharpness on the edges, not loving it. Bluetooth, not using it much. It sounds better plugged in. These jacks are great. Sometimes when you plug older headphones into modern jacks, or if you plug new tip ring sleeve, so it's tip ring sleeve, those kind of the jacks that you would have for your modern headphones that have a microphone as well built in for cell phone use. They don't fit right, or that extra, you get some kind of weird phasing, from the, anyways, these jacks fit great and work great, and so that's a great thing too. So, overall, out of 10, 7. Wish I could say 8. I'm going to keep it, at least for a while. I'm going to use it. I'm enjoying using it. 2 things I do wish were better is the Bluetooth, and also just that it wasn't so damn sharp on the edges. Also, I would say this: before I bought this, I bought a cheap alternative. It was by Pile. That had roughly the same features and acted like the cheap Sony Walkman that I actually had. I did not have the really cool original Walkman. I had the one that I get from Kmart for $35, and when I was real little. And build quality and behaviors kind of like that, kind of makes them a little bit of a motor sound over the headphones a little bit, and but the price was, they were really cheap. I think it was still $35. And so if you're serious at all about it, just go with something like this. The quality is definitely better than bad. It's good. That's a Ren and Stimpy reference there. Okay, so thanks again for watching. And Rosebud Records is this store. It's in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Check out all the other videos on YouTube, and we'll talk to you soon.